From a historic chess triumph to fiery political debates and dramatic global shifts, this week's headlines have it all. A young prodigy dethrones a champion, tensions rise in parliaments, and the world of sports promises thrilling action. Stay tuned as we dive into the stories that are shaping our world. Big news from the nation's capital. Delhi's Chief Minister Atishi has dropped a game changer for women empowerment. The Mukhyamantri Mahila Samman Yojana is set to launch soon, offering a monthly 1,000 rupees to eligible women. That's right, extra financial support aimed at making women's lives a bit easier. But wait, there is a catch. This benefit is not for everyone. Government employees, income taxpayers and pensioners are out of the equation. The scheme, a flagship promise of the Aam Aadmi Party, is expected to roll out in the next 10 to 15 days. And here is the exciting part. The beneficiaries might start receiving payments before March 31, 2025. This initiative adds to Delhi's existing support for women in education, healthcare and transportation. It's a bold step forward by the Aam Aadmi Party. Fiery debates in the Lok Sabha. During a Constitution Day debate in Parliament, TMC MP Mahua Moitra sparked chaos with remarks about Judge Loya's controversial death in 2014. Union Minister Kiren Rijiju fired back, calling her claims baseless and accusing her of setting a dangerous precedent. He even warned the MP of parliamentary action. Moitra hit back on social media, accusing Rijiju of threatening her. The opposition, rallying behind her, slammed Rijiju's intimidating tone and demanded an apology. Speaker Om Birla has promised to look into the matter, even asking Moitra to authenticate her claims. With heated exchanges and the Lok Sabha adjourned twice, this debate is far from over. A new chapter at the Reserve Bank of India. Sanjay Malhotra, a 1990 batch IAS officer and former Revenue Secretary who has recently taken office as the new RBI Governor, has pledged stability and agility in navigating India's economic challenges. With high inflation and slowing GDP growth in focus, he is committed to steering the economy toward progress, especially as India strives to become a developed nation by 2047 in the Amrit Kal. Malhotra plans to deepen financial inclusion, collaborating with governments and regulators to ensure benefits reach everyone. Technology will play a key role in making financial services more accessible and cost-effective. Positive news for India's economy. The Index of Industrial Production or IIP bounced back in September 2024, growing by 3.1% after a dip in August. That's even better than the predicted 2.5%. What is driving this rebound? Manufacturing grew by 3.9%, with electricity and mining also showing modest gains. Growth was seen across the board, from capital goods to consumer durables, thanks to favorable base effect and the festive season boost, says ICRA's Aditi Nair. Looking ahead, experts predict steady growth between 3% and 4% for October, a promising sign for India's industrial recovery. Tensions continue in Bangladesh. In Dhaka, the Muslim Consumers' Right Council staged a rally urging a boycott of restaurants that do not serve beef, calling it a symbol of Islamic identity. They have demanded beef on all menus, even threatening to shut down the non-compliant establishments. The protest unfolds as Bangladesh faces rising violence against minorities following Sheikh Hasina's dismissal in August. With 88 incidents reported and 70 arrests made so far, the country is grappling with growing unrest. A dramatic shift in Syria. After years of war and repression, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad is out of power, sparking hope for a brighter future. In Damascus, people are openly sharing their stories, which is a powerful contrast to the fear that defined Assad's rule. But the road ahead won't be easy. The economy is shattered with basic infrastructure in ruins. Essential services like water, power and internet are down in Damascus after the rebel takeover. Millions displaced by the war face an uncertain future, and many have lost everything. And there are concerns about HTS, the rebel group now in control. While they promise a free Syria, some fear a shift towards stricter Islamist rule. Syria's future hinges on international support to rebuild and reconcile. The Syrian people are calling for the world to stand with them. History made in the world of chess. At just 18 years of age, India's Gukesh has become the youngest ever world chess champion, breaking a record held by Garry Kasparov for nearly 4 decades. Gukesh clinched the title in a thrilling Game 14 against China's Ding Liren during the FIDE World Chess Championship in Singapore. He has secured a 7.5 to 6.5 victory. This triumph makes Gukesh only the second Indian after the legendary Viswanathan Anand to claim the global title. Speaking after the win, Gukesh shared, "I was dreaming of this moment for the last 10 years. Happy that I realized this dream." With this victory, Gukesh not only cements his place in history as the 18th world champion ever, but also brings pride to a nation already celebrating his meteoric rise. Rain has already interrupted day 1 of the third test against Australia for India in Border-Gavaskar Trophy, leaving India's chances of qualifying for the World Test Championship final hanging by a thread. With the series tied at 1-1 and unfavorable weather now looming, India now faces a must-win scenario for the remaining matches. And it doesn't stop there. Other teams' performances like Sri Lanka and Pakistan could also decide India's fate. And that wraps up this week's biggest stories. What are your thoughts on these developments? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for your weekly dose of most engaging news. Until next time, stay informed and stay curious.